Thanks to CuriosityStream for supporting PBS.
Golden Hour, Kacey Musgraves!
Kacey Musgraves won Album of the Year at the 2019 Grammys for her album Golden Hour, becoming just the 4th country album to ever take home that award. So how did she achieve this crossover success, and what does it mean for the future of country music? We're going to talk to the producers of Golden Hour to find out.
The way that this album came together with Kacey was just so natural between the three of us, Daniel, my co-producer, and Kacey.
I didn't have low expectations, like no one's gonna like this, but I wasn't like, we are gonna just slay at the Grammy thing, you know? I never thought that.
Over the past decade, country music, the genre of Dolly Parton and the Dixie Chicks, has been dominated by male perspectives. In 2015, a radio consultant suggested country stations shouldn't play too many females if they wanted solid ratings, saying, the lettuce is Luke Bryan and Blake Shelton, Keith Urban. The tomatoes of our salad are the females. The year before that, Maddie and Tay released Girl in a Country Song, their lament on the state of females in country music.
Me and the girl in a country song, how in the world did it go so wrong?
So how does this genre evolve and sound contemporary while keeping its identity? Some people argue that it means crossing over into pop. And others say it means doubling down on tradition. Kacey Musgraves shows that this choice is a false binary by mixing elements of the past and the future throughout Golden Hour.
In a way, I would argue that a lot of mainstream country is even more overtly pop-oriented. In mainstream country music, the kind of country music that's played on the radio, you hear much more overtly pop elements like drum machines and trap.
Throughout the album, Kacey Musgraves takes old traditional sounds and makes them sound new by recontextualizing them.
You know, I think Kacey had a real clear vision that she wanted to mix those things that she had on her other albums with some new sounds to bring those worlds together.
She previously hadn't had a lot of keyboards on her records. And so it was interesting, even just introducing the piano and some of the synthesizers, and she was really open-minded and free to explore that stuff.
Even one of the most futuristic sounding moments in the album has roots in the past. Check out the robotic vocoder at the beginning of Kacey Musgraves' song, Oh What a World. Now check out country legend Pete Drake in the 1965 country music film Second Fiddle to a Steel Guitar. The vocoder at the beginning.
That's actually my voice, which is really weird to hear now, when you hear it at a live concert or something. And, it's not unusual for me to hear my drums or piano or guitar parts that I might have recorded, but it's definitely a different feeling to hear your voice through a vocoder.
What was that a reference to?
I think Kacey just had that idea. She might have referred specifically to Daft Punk, but I don't know. I think she just kind of identified the vocoder sound as something that could sound extra worldly.
So while this kind of effect suggests futurism, it's also distinctly retro. In fact, here's what Kacey Musgraves told GQ about Oh What a World. It's this trippy perspective, this sound where future meets tradition. One thought I had was, what would it sound like if Imogene Heap made a country album? Would it work? Would it make sense?
Maybe no instrument or sound is more associated with country music than pedal steel guitar. In fact, when George Harrison and Bob Dylan wanted to make country albums, they got help from pedal steel player Pete Drake, the talkbox guy. However, on Golden Hour, the pedal steel guitar is doing something different. It's used more like a texture, similar to how a post-rock band might use a guitar. Check out the guitar in this post-rock song by Sigur Rós. And here's how Kacey uses the pedal steel sound in Space Cowboy.
So some bands have experimented with the texture of their instruments to create post-rock. Is Kacey doing a similar thing with country to make post-country?
Country music is a big part of her story and her life and her heart. She really loves country music. We weren't making rules saying we have to make sure that this appeals to country, especially because she's never really been embraced by country radio.
Is that something you guys think about on a regular basis, the identity of where you guys are coming from?
I think it was more of her saying, I really do love the emotion of the pedal steel.
I think Kacey was like, look, we're gonna turn the banjo up and we're gonna turn the steel up, so we're gonna let people know those things are in there. And I think she kind of wanted to do that because if you're not mixing genres in a way, it's probably not that interesting.
Throughout the process, Kacey made sure that the experimentation didn't go too far.
One thing that we always kind of joked about was that Kacey's just really good. We called her the Axe Man because she was always good at trimming the fat.
And I think the Axeman ended up really doing us a great service because the Axeman gave us a lot of space in the music in a way that I think allows people to really lean into it and listen to it as opposed to being like, oh, there's all this music coming at me.
So Sean Everett is credited with Dolphin Magic. Can you tell us what Dolphin Magic is?
I don't know if it's ever been made public. On this song Happy and Sad, there's a transition that goes into the chorus that is this celestial kind of harp sound. It's lifted from a particular cartoon. I think there's an image of a dolphin jumping out of the water as that sound occurs, and we just pulled that.
There might be another factor that's playing into the crossover success of Golden Hour, the rise of the yeehaw agenda, starting on the internet as memes in 2017 to finding its viral moment with yodeling kid Mason Ramsey in 2018. From both Solange and Cardi B wearing cowgirl outfits to Lil Nas X's Billboard #1 Old Town Road, being a cowboy has suddenly become very cool. This rise of the yeehaw agenda has also opened the doors for people of all different backgrounds to participate in the aesthetic of country western music. When a fan tweeted this, Kacey responded with this.
Kacey's lyrics open the door even further. The inclusive messages of songs like her 2013 hit Follow Your Arrow makes her a perfect ambassador for country music to a wider audience.
Kiss lots of boys, kiss lots of girls, if that's something you're into.
So the sudden love for cowboy style may have helped her crossover success, or she could be part of the reason yeehaw became so popular in the first place. There aren't many artists that have performed at the Houston Rodeo and appeared on RuPaul's Drag Race.
LA and I are going to write a Golden Hour inspired song. Do you have any tips for us?
Overall, it's a bit reflective. And so, just reflect on your life and get out of your comfort zone a little bit and see what's out there. Acoustic instruments like the acoustic guitar is pretty much everywhere. There's not a lot of cymbals.
Our job is to do Kacey Musgraves style country.
I listened to the album and I made notes on most of the tracks. Usually the progressions have 4 chords or 5, sometimes just 2. 1 6 3 5 or 1 6 3 4. I wrote.
She puts a lot of emphasis on the guitar sound kind of thing. Country music does that in general. It has a lot of guitar sound, but how will we?
How are we gonna? So I have an idea.
Okay.
So I think we could try at least putting in guitar. I own an acoustic guitar.
Okay.
I can kind of learn basic chords and just strum.
You have a guitar and you're going to teach yourself you're going to strum some chords on this guitar?
Why not? Well, hold on. Hold on.
You're just going to teach yourself guitar?
Yeah, if you just play just one chord and just strum it here and there. This is not a good idea right now.
Country, here we come.
Before we share what we came up with, we'd like to thank CuriosityStream for supporting PBS. CuriosityStream is a subscription streaming service that offers documentaries and nonfiction titles from a variety of filmmakers, including CuriosityStream originals. For example, they have Unraveling the Creative Mind, that's about how our world has been shaped by those who have dared to think differently. You can learn more at curiositystream.com/soundfield.
Okay, now here's our Golden Hour inspired track. We need some help with the vocals, so download our track from our SoundCloud at the link in the description and sing on it. And here's a little advice from Daniel Tashian.
Country music likes a lot of furniture in the songs, where other songs talk about feelings. Like country music likes a lot of objects.